Today's topic focuses on one of the greatest fears many older adults silently carry, losing their memory. The main health problem is age-related memory decline, a gradual reduction in the brain's ability to store, retrieve, and process information. While some forgetfulness is considered a normal part of aging, accelerated memory decline can sometimes be an early warning sign of more serious cognitive conditions. The good news is that today's video isn't about expensive medications or miracle supplements. Instead, we're discussing 7 scientifically studied brain-supporting foods that may help nourish your brain, support healthy cognitive function, and potentially slow age-related memory changes when combined with an overall healthy lifestyle. Why is this so important? Because memory isn't just about remembering names or where you left your keys. Memory helps you recognize your loved ones. It helps you safely take your medications. It allows you to drive confidently. It helps you stay independent. And perhaps most importantly, it allows you to continue living life on your own terms. Researchers estimate that millions of adults worldwide experience some form of cognitive decline as they age, making brain health one of the most important priorities after age 60. The earlier you begin supporting your brain, the better your chances of maintaining cognitive function for years to come. So stay with us until the very end, because food number 7 may surprise you. Imagine walking into your kitchen, opening the refrigerator, and then standing there, completely forgetting why you came. At first you laugh. It happens to everyone. A few weeks later, you forget a close friend's birthday. Then an important meeting.
Appointment. Then the name of someone you've known for years. Eventually, you begin wondering, is this normal aging, or is something happening to my brain? Here's what makes this especially concerning. Research suggests that certain changes inside the aging brain can begin years before obvious symptoms appear. Some studies estimate that biological changes associated with cognitive decline may develop gradually over a decade or more before noticeable problems emerge. That means many people may be losing valuable time to support their brain health before they even realize anything has changed. And here's another important fact. The brain contains roughly 86 billion nerve cells, all communicating through trillions of connections every single second. These connections are responsible for your memories, your personality, your decision-making, your emotions, everything that makes you who you are. As we grow older, several factors, including chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, reduced blood flow, poor sleep, physical inactivity, and certain nutritional deficiencies may gradually affect these delicate brain networks. The encouraging news? While no single food can prevent memory disorders, a growing body of research suggests that dietary patterns rich in specific nutrients may help support brain health and healthy aging. Small choices repeated every day can make a meaningful difference over time. Today's video explores 7 foods that scientists have studied for their potential role in supporting memory and cognitive function. Some of them are probably
already sitting in your kitchen. Others may completely change the way you think about eating after 60. Before we begin, let me share why this information deserves your attention. For decades, neurologists, geriatricians, nutrition scientists, and preventive medicine researchers have worked to understand why some people remain mentally sharp into their 80s and 90s, while others experience significant cognitive decline much earlier. One clinician whose work has contributed to this broader field is Dr. Lisa Mosconi, a neuroscientist whose research has explored how nutrition influences brain aging. Her work, along with findings from many universities and long-term population studies, suggests something both powerful and hopeful. The brain is not isolated from the rest of the body. Every meal, every night's sleep, every walk, every healthy habit sends signals that can either support or challenge your brain over time. Researchers studying healthy aging have followed thousands of older adults for many years. Again and again, one consistent pattern appears. People who regularly consume nutrient-rich diets, emphasizing fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, legumes, fish, and whole grains, often show better cognitive outcomes than those consuming diets high in ultra-processed foods and added sugars. That doesn't mean these foods are a cure. It doesn't mean memory decline is completely preventable. But it does tell us
Lifestyle choices appear to matter more than many people once believed. This video combines findings from nutrition science, neurology, and aging research to help you make informed choices. Always remember, if you already have significant memory problems or sudden confusion, speak with your healthcare provider promptly. These symptoms deserve professional evaluation and may have treatable causes. Setup: the science of memory decline. So, what actually happens inside the brain after age 60? Let's simplify it. Think of your brain as the world's most advanced city. Billions of nerve cells are connected by tiny communication highways called synapses. Every time you remember your granddaughter's birthday, recall a favorite recipe, solve a crossword puzzle, or recognize your spouse's face, electrical and chemical signals travel across these microscopic highways at incredible speed. When you're young, these connections are generally efficient and adaptable. Your brain also has an amazing ability called neuroplasticity, the capacity to strengthen existing connections and form new ones through learning and experience. But aging introduces new challenges. One of the biggest is oxidative stress. Every day, your body's normal metabolism produces unstable molecules called free radicals. In small amounts, they're manageable. However, over time, excessive free radicals can damage cells, including delicate brain cells, if the body's antioxidant defenses become overwhelmed. Another major factor is
chronic low-grade inflammation. Unlike the short-term inflammation that helps you heal after an injury, long-lasting inflammation can gradually interfere with healthy brain function. Scientists believe this ongoing inflammation may contribute to changes associated with cognitive aging. Blood flow also plays a critical role. Although the brain accounts for only about 2% of body weight, it requires roughly 20% of the body's oxygen and energy. Healthy blood vessels continuously deliver oxygen and nutrients to brain tissue. But as blood vessels become less flexible with age, or are affected by conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, or elevated cholesterol, the brain may receive less of what it needs to function at its best. Then there's the issue of insulin resistance. Many people think insulin only affects blood sugar, but brain cells also rely on healthy insulin signaling. When this process becomes impaired, researchers believe certain aspects of learning and memory may also be affected. Sleep adds another important piece to the puzzle. During deep sleep, the brain activates a remarkable waste-clearing system, often called the glymphatic system. This process helps remove metabolic waste products that accumulate throughout the day. Poor sleep over months or years may reduce the efficiency of this natural cleanup process, potentially affecting overall brain health. Nutrition ties all of these systems together. Your brain depends on vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, amino acids, and plant compounds to build cell membranes, produce neurotransmitters, protect against oxidative stress, and support communication between neurons. Without adequate nutrition, the brain has fewer resources to maintain these complex functions. That's why the foods you choose every single day can influence much more than your waistline. They help determine the quality of fuel your brain receives. Think of your brain like a luxury car. Would you pour contaminated fuel into a high-performance engine? Of course not. Yet many older adults unknowingly feed one of the body's most sophisticated organs with diets overloaded with refined sugars, unhealthy fats, and highly processed foods, while falling short on the nutrients the brain needs most. The encouraging news is that the brain remains adaptable throughout life. Even in later years, healthy habits, including balanced nutrition, regular physical activity, quality sleep, social engagement, and lifelong learning can support brain function. And that's exactly where today's 7 brain foods come in. These aren't exotic ingredients costing hundreds of dollars. They're foods backed by growing scientific evidence for their potential role in supporting healthy brain aging. In the next section, however, before we reveal the first brain food, we'll expose several surprisingly common eating habits and misconceptions that may be working against your memory without you even realizing it. Those mistakes could be quietly undermining your brain every single day. The hidden habits that may be hurting your memory after 60. Before we reveal the 7 brain-supporting foods, there's something even more important you need to understand. Many older adults believe memory loss is simply an unavoidable part of getting older.
They think, I'm over 60. Forgetfulness is just normal now. But that's only part of the story. While some slowing of memory can occur with age, many everyday habits may accelerate cognitive decline far more than people realize. The encouraging news is that identifying and changing these habits may help support healthier brain aging. Let's look at 3 of the biggest mistakes researchers continue to study. Mistake number 1, thinking sugar only affects diabetes. Most people associate sugar with weight gain. Others think about diabetes. Very few people think about their brain. But perhaps they should. Every time you consume large amounts of added sugar, your blood glucose rises. Your body releases insulin to move that sugar into your cells. Over many years, frequent spikes in blood sugar may contribute to insulin resistance. While this is often discussed in relation to diabetes, researchers have also been exploring how insulin resistance may influence brain health. Brain cells rely on healthy insulin signaling to efficiently use glucose, their primary source of energy. When this process becomes less effective, some studies suggest brain cells may not function as efficiently. Researchers have even referred to this connection as part of the reason scientists are investigating Alzheimer's disease in relation to metabolism, although Alzheimer's has many causes and is far more complex than blood sugar alone. Imagine trying to power your home during a storm. The electricity keeps flickering, lights dim, appliances slow down. Nothing works as smoothly as it should. That's similar to what researchers believe may happen when brain cells struggle to use energy efficiently. Several long-term observational studies have found that diets consistently high in added sugars and sugar-sweetened beverages are associated with poorer cognitive performance and an increased risk of cognitive decline over time. Scientists believe repeated inflammation, oxidative stress, and damage to blood vessels may all contribute. Now, let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret was 72 years old. She didn't smoke, she walked every morning, she believed she was living a healthy lifestyle. But every afternoon, she enjoyed sweet tea, cookies, pastries, and sugary desserts. She often joked, "I've earned it." Over time, her family noticed small changes. She repeated stories, forgot appointments, misplaced everyday items. After speaking with her healthcare team, Margaret began reducing added sugars while improving her overall diet, physical activity, and sleep habits. Months later, she reported feeling more energetic and mentally clearer. Her experience doesn't prove sugar alone caused her memory concerns, but it reminds us that many lifestyle factors work together to support brain health. Small daily choices matter, far more than many people realize. Mistake number 2. Avoiding healthy fats because you're afraid of cholesterol. For years, many older adults feared all fat. They switched to low-fat foods, fat-free snacks, fat-free salad dressings, low-fat everything. Unfortunately, many of those products simply replaced healthy fats with refined starches and added sugars. The brain is nearly 60% fat by dry weight. That doesn't mean eating more fat automatically improves memory, but it does mean your brain depends on certain dietary fats to help maintain healthy cell membranes and support communication between nerve cells. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, are particularly important because DHA is a major structural component of the brain. Researchers continue studying how adequate omega-3 intake may support cognitive health during aging. When the diet lacks enough healthy fats, brain cells may have fewer of the building blocks they need for normal structure and function. Think of building a house. Would you replace strong bricks with cardboard? Of course not. Yet many people unknowingly deprive their brain of essential nutrients while believing they're protecting their heart. Current nutrition guidance places greater emphasis on replacing saturated fats with healthier unsaturated fats, such as those found in fish, nuts, seeds, and olive oil, rather than avoiding fat altogether. Large population studies have shown that dietary patterns rich in these foods are associated with better cognitive aging and cardiovascular health. Consider Robert. At 68, he proudly avoided every food containing fat. No fish, very few nuts, no olive oil. Everything had to be labeled fat-free. his meals became increasingly processed and less nutritious. After meeting with a registered dietitian, Robert gradually replaced processed snacks with foods naturally rich in healthy fats. He didn't follow a fad diet. He simply focused on a balanced eating pattern. Over time, he reported feeling more satisfied after meals and found it easier to maintain healthy eating habits. Again, this doesn't mean healthy fats are a cure for memory loss, but they are an important part of overall brain nutrition. Mistake number 3, believing brain supplements can
replace healthy food. Walk into almost any pharmacy. You'll see shelves filled with bottles promising sharper memory, instant brain power, mental focus. Some advertisements make it sound as if one capsule can erase years of unhealthy habits. Unfortunately, science rarely works that way. Many supplements are still being studied, and for numerous products, high-quality evidence showing meaningful memory benefits in healthy older adults remains limited. Meanwhile, whole foods provide something supplements usually cannot. They contain thousands of naturally occurring compounds that work together. Fiber, vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, plant polyphenols, antioxidants, protein. These nutrients interact in complex ways that researchers are still discovering. This is often called the food matrix. It helps explain why eating nutrient-rich foods may provide broader health benefits than isolated nutrients alone. Think about an orchestra. One violin sounds beautiful, but it cannot replace an entire symphony. Whole foods are like the complete orchestra. A single supplement is often just one instrument. Now, meet Helen. Helen spent hundreds of dollars every year on memory supplements she saw advertised online. She believed the expensive bottles would protect her brain. Yet she skipped vegetables, rarely ate fruit, almost never cooked fish, often relied on processed frozen meals. Her doctor encouraged her to focus first on improving the quality of her diet before adding supplements, unless there was a medically confirmed deficiency. Within several months, Helen had built healthier eating habits, became more physically active, and started sleeping more consistently. She felt more energetic and confident in her daily
routine. Her story highlights an important lesson. No supplement can replace the foundation of a healthy lifestyle. Nutrition, movement, sleep, stress management, and regular medical care work together. There is no shortcut. Transition to the solution. Now, think about everything we've discussed. Too much added sugar may place unnecessary stress on your brain. Avoiding healthy fats could mean missing nutrients your brain needs. And relying on pills instead of real food may cause you to overlook the habits that matter most. But here's the hopeful part. Every meal gives you another opportunity to nourish your brain. Every grocery trip becomes a chance to invest in your future. Every healthy choice is like making a small deposit into your brain's memory bank. And now, it's time to discover the foods that researchers have studied for their potential to support memory, protect brain cells from oxidative stress, and promote healthier cognitive aging. The first brain food is one that neurologists, nutrition scientists, and longevity researchers discuss again and again. In fact, many experts consider it one of the most valuable foods you can add to your plate after age 60. Let's begin with brain food number 1. Brain food number 1, fatty fish, nature's best source of brain-friendly omega-3s. If there is one food that appears again and again in research on healthy brain aging, it's fatty fish. Fish such as salmon, sardines, trout, herring, and mackerel are naturally rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA and EPA. These healthy fats are major structural components of the brain. In fact, DHA makes up a significant portion of the fats found in your brain and plays an important role in maintaining healthy nerve cell membranes. Think of your brain cells as billions of tiny electrical wires. Each wire needs a protective coating to transmit messages
efficiently. Omega-3 fats help support the structure and function of those delicate connections. As we age, maintaining these communication pathways becomes increasingly important. Researchers believe that adequate omega-3 intake may help support normal brain cell function, reduce inflammation, and promote healthy blood flow to the brain. Imagine trying to send an important letter through a damaged postal system. Roads are broken, bridges are collapsing, deliveries become slow and unreliable. Now imagine repairing those roads. Messages begin moving more efficiently again. That's similar to the role healthy blood vessels and strong nerve cell membranes play in brain communication. Several observational studies have found that people who regularly eat fish tend to experience slower rates of cognitive decline compared with those who rarely consume it. Clinical trials have shown mixed results, but many experts agree that eating fish as part of an overall healthy dietary pattern supports both heart and brain health. Remember, a healthy heart often supports a healthy brain because both depend on strong circulation. Let's meet James. James was 69 years old. His typical dinner included processed meats, fried foods, and refined carbohydrates. Fish rarely appeared on his plate. After discussing nutrition with his healthcare provider, James decided to replace 2 processed meat meals each week with baked salmon and grilled sardines. He also increased his vegetable intake and began walking every evening. 6 months later, James said he felt more energetic and found it easier to stay focused while reading and completing crossword puzzles. Was the fish alone responsible?
Probably not. Healthy aging is rarely about one single food. It's about consistent, healthy habits working together. Simple daily action plan. Aim to eat fatty fish 2 to 3 times each week. Choose baked, grilled, steamed, or air-fried preparations instead of deep-fried versions. If you don't eat fish, speak with your healthcare provider about other ways to obtain omega-3 fatty acids through your diet or supplements if appropriate. One simple change, one healthier dinner, repeated week after week, may help support your brain for years to come. Brain food number 2, blueberries, tiny fruits with powerful antioxidants. Don't underestimate these small blueberries. They may be tiny, but inside them are hundreds of natural plant compounds called anthocyanins. These are the pigments responsible for blueberries' deep blue and purple color. Scientists have been studying anthocyanins because they act as antioxidants, helping protect cells from oxidative stress. Remember the free radicals we discussed earlier? They can gradually damage delicate brain cells over time. Antioxidants help neutralize many of these unstable molecules before they can cause as much harm. Think of oxidative stress like tiny sparks landing on a wooden house. One spark isn't usually a problem, but thousands of sparks every day, year after year, can slowly weaken the structure. Antioxidants act like firefighters, helping reduce that damage before it spreads. Some research suggests that diets rich in berries are associated with better cognitive aging. Several studies have also explored improvements in certain aspects of memory and executive function after regular berry consumption, although results vary and more research continues. Blueberries may also support healthy blood flow, another key factor for maintaining brain function. Now consider Linda. Linda believed fruit contained too much sugar. Too much sugar. She stopped eating almost all fruit. Instead, she filled her snacks with cookies labeled low fat. She thought she was making the healthier choice. Her dietitian encouraged her to replace processed snacks with fresh berries, yogurt, nuts, and whole grains. Within weeks, Linda found those snacks kept her satisfied longer and helped reduce her cravings for sugary desserts. Sometimes, healthy eating isn't about removing food. It's about replacing less nutritious choices with better ones. Simple daily action plan. Aim for about 1/2 to 1 cup of berries several times each week. Fresh and frozen blueberries both provide valuable nutrients. You can add them to oatmeal, plain yogurt, smoothies, or simply enjoy them by themselves. Every handful provides natural compounds your brain may appreciate. Brain food number 3, leafy green vegetables, the brain's daily protection. When researchers ask adults which foods they avoid most, leafy greens often top the list. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, mustard greens. Many people think they're boring, but your brain thinks something very different. These vegetables provide folate, vitamin K, lutein, beta-carotene, magnesium, and many other nutrients involved in normal brain function. Researchers studying healthy aging have repeatedly observed that people who regularly consume leafy green vegetables tend to maintain better cognitive performance over time than those who rarely eat them. Why? Because these vegetables help support several systems at once. They provide antioxidants, they support healthy blood vessels, they contribute to normal nerve function. They also help reduce the chronic inflammation that scientists believe plays a role in age-related cognitive decline. Think of your brain as a beautiful garden. Without
regular care, weeds begin to grow. The soil becomes weak. Flowers struggle to survive. Leafy greens are like nutrient-rich compost, continuously feeding the garden so healthy growth can continue. Meet Carol. Carol admitted she hadn't eaten a salad in months. Most dinners came from frozen convenience meals. Vegetables rarely filled half her plate. After gradually adding spinach to omelets, kale to soups, and mixed greens to lunches, eating vegetables became a habit rather than a chore. Small changes became permanent changes. That's how lasting health improvements usually happen, one meal at a time. Simple daily action plan. Try to include at least one serving of leafy green vegetables every day. Add spinach to scrambled eggs, blend kale into smoothies, include mixed greens with lunch. Stir chopped greens into soups or stews. You don't need perfection, you simply need consistency. Brain food number 4, walnuts, a brain-shaped food that truly supports brain health. Have you ever noticed something interesting? A walnut looks remarkably similar to the human brain. While appearances alone don't determine nutritional value, in this case, science gives walnuts plenty of attention. Walnuts provide healthy unsaturated fats, plant-based omega-3 fatty acids called ALA, vitamin E, magnesium, copper, and naturally occurring polyphenols. These nutrients work together to support overall cardiovascular and brain health. Vitamin E is particularly important because it functions as an antioxidant, helping protect cell membranes from oxidative damage. Healthy fats also contribute to maintaining normal communication between brain cells. Several long-term studies have linked regular nut consumption with healthier aging and improved cognitive outcomes. Although walnuts are not a cure for memory loss, they fit well within dietary patterns associated with better brain health. Imagine your brain as a busy city during rush hour. Millions of messages are traveling every second. Traffic flows more efficiently when the roads are well maintained. The nutrients found in walnuts help support many of the systems involved in maintaining those communication networks. Now meet George. George believed all nuts caused weight gain. He completely avoided them for years. Instead, he snacked on potato chips and crackers every afternoon. His doctor explained that moderate portions of nuts could actually be part of a balanced eating plan. George began replacing processed snacks with a small handful of unsalted walnuts several days each week. He discovered something unexpected. He stayed full longer. He snacked less on highly processed foods. Sometimes, the healthiest habit is simply replacing one poor choice with one better choice. Simple daily action plan. Aim for a small handful of unsalted walnuts, about 1 ounce, a few times each week. Enjoy them as a snack, sprinkle them over oatmeal, mix them into yogurt, or add them to salads. Just remember, walnuts are nutrient-dense, so portion size still matters. Brain food number 5, extra virgin olive oil, the liquid gold for your brain. For thousands of years, people living in parts of the Mediterranean have treasured extra virgin olive oil as one of the healthiest foods in their diet. Today, modern science is helping us understand why. Extra virgin olive oil is rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated fats and powerful plant compounds called polyphenols. These natural compounds have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties that researchers believe may help protect blood vessels and support healthy brain function. Remember, your brain depends on a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients. Healthy blood vessels act like highways, delivering those vital supplies every second of every day. When those highways become damaged or narrowed over time, brain cells may not receive the support they need. Think of extra virgin olive oil as helping to maintain the roads that keep your brain supplied. While it isn't a medicine, incorporating it into an overall healthy eating pattern, such as the Mediterranean diet, has been associated with better cardiovascular health, which is closely linked to brain health. Several long-term studies suggest that dietary patterns rich in olive oil are associated with slower cognitive decline and better memory performance in older adults. Researchers believe this may be due to the combined effects of healthy fats, improved vascular function, and reduced oxidative stress.
Let's meet Barbara, age 70. Barbara loved cooking with butter and shortening because that's how she'd always prepared meals. When her physician suggested switching to extra virgin olive oil for many everyday recipes, she was skeptical, but she gave it a try. She started using olive oil for salads, roasted vegetables, and grilled chicken instead of butter in many meals. Several months later, Barbara noticed she felt lighter after meals and was motivated to continue improving the quality of her diet. The lesson? Small substitutions practiced consistently often have a greater long-term impact than dramatic changes that don't last. Simple daily action plan. Use 1 to
2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil daily in place of less healthy fats whenever appropriate. Drizzle it over vegetables. Use it in homemade salad dressings, or lightly sauté vegetables instead of deep frying them. Simple, practical, and supported by years of nutrition research. Before we continue to our final 2 brain foods, take just a moment to help us spread this life-changing information. If you're finding this video helpful, please click the like button. It tells YouTube that more seniors deserve to learn how everyday lifestyle choices may support healthier aging. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Every week, we share evidence-informed videos focused on nutrition, healthy aging, mobility, heart health, brain health, and maintaining independence after 60. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us your age and where you're watching from in the comments below. And if memory has become a concern for you or someone you love, let us know. Our community is filled with people encouraging one another to stay healthier together. Now, let's continue with brain food number 6. Brain food number 6. Eggs. Small, but packed with brain nutrients. Eggs have been misunderstood for decades. Some people stopped eating them because they worried about cholesterol. Others believed they simply weren't necessary. But eggs provide several important nutrients involved in brain health. One of the most significant is choline. Choline is used by the body to produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter involved in memory, learning, and muscle control. Without enough acetylcholine, communication between nerve cells may not function as efficiently. Think of neurotransmitters as text messages traveling between billions of brain cells. If too few messages are being sent, communication between
slows. Important information takes longer to arrive. Researchers continue studying how adequate choline intake may support healthy cognitive aging. Eggs also provide vitamin B12, selenium, protein, and lutein, all of which contribute to overall health. Vitamin B12 deserves special attention because deficiency becomes more common with age and can contribute to neurological symptoms, including memory problems. If someone experiences significant memory changes, healthcare professionals may evaluate for treatable causes, such as vitamin deficiencies. Now, meet Richard, age 67. Richard skipped breakfast almost every morning. When he did eat, it usually consisted of sugary pastries. His dietitian suggested replacing those pastries with eggs, whole grain toast, and fresh fruit several mornings each week. Within a short time, Richard noticed he stayed full longer and had more steady energy throughout the morning. Healthy habits don't need to be complicated. Sometimes the simplest breakfasts are also among the most nutritious. Simple daily action plan. If eggs fit your dietary needs and your healthcare provider hasn't advised otherwise, enjoy them several times per week as part of a balanced diet. Pair eggs with vegetables, whole grains, or fruit for a complete, nutrient-rich meal. Brain food number 7, the Mediterranean diet. The most powerful brain food isn't just one food. Now we've reached the final brain food, and it's probably not what you expected. Because the most powerful strategy isn't a single fruit, a single vegetable, or a single ingredient. It's an entire pattern of eating. Researchers have spent decades studying the Mediterranean diet. Again and again, it appears in scientific literature examining healthy aging. Why? Because it combines many brain-supporting foods into one sustainable lifestyle. This eating pattern
emphasizes fresh vegetables, fruit, beans and lentils, whole grains, nuts, seeds, extra virgin olive oil, fish, limited processed foods, limited added sugars, and moderate portions. Instead of focusing on what you can't eat, it focuses on filling your plate with foods that nourish your body. Think of building a house. Would you expect one brick to create a strong foundation? Of course not. You need thousands of bricks working together. That's exactly how healthy eating works. One healthy food helps. Several healthy foods work even better. A consistent healthy dietary pattern may provide the greatest long-term benefit. One landmark clinical trial found that older adults following a Mediterranean-style dietary pattern showed better preservation of certain aspects of cognitive function compared with less healthy eating patterns. While no diet can guarantee prevention of memory disorders, the overall evidence strongly supports this approach as part of a healthy lifestyle. Let's meet Susan, age 74. She didn't completely change her diet overnight. Instead, each month she made one improvement. First, she replaced sugary drinks with water. Then she added vegetables to dinner. Next came fish twice each week. Later, she switched to olive oil. Within a year, her eating habits looked completely different. Not because she followed a fad, but because she built one healthy habit at a time. And those habits became her new normal. Simple daily action plan. Don't chase perfection. Instead, ask yourself, what's one healthy change I can make this week? Then repeat that process every week. After a year, you'll be amazed how far you've come. Today, we've explored 7 foods that researchers have studied for their potential to support brain health after age 60. Fatty fish, blueberries, leafy green vegetables, walnuts, extra virgin
Olive oil, eggs, and the Mediterranean eating pattern that brings many of these foods together. Remember, these foods are not miracle cures. They cannot guarantee that memory problems or dementia will never occur. But when combined with regular physical activity, quality sleep, social connection, lifelong learning, management of blood pressure and blood sugar, and routine medical care, they can become part of a lifestyle that supports healthy brain aging. Your memory is more than remembering names. It's remembering your grandchildren's laughter, your wedding anniversary, your favorite family recipes, the stories that define your life. Every healthy meal, every walk, every good night's sleep, every crossword puzzle, every conversation with a friend is an investment in the future version of yourself. Imagine celebrating your 80th birthday, still recognizing every smiling face around the table, still telling stories, still making new memories, still living independently. That future isn't shaped by one decision. It's shaped by thousands of small decisions made every single day. And the best time to begin is today. If this video gave you hope and practical ideas, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. You never know whose future you might help protect with one simple click. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Take care of your brain, take care of your body, and we'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue helping you live a healthier, stronger, and more independent life after 60.